casting, folks. We're cult casting. I like that. I may make a shirt. Who knows? You know, because that's the thing is we talked about bullshit that other people say on the air these days, especially our president, who trying to discredit the media and etc. But you gotta think every time somebody tells you something, you got to run it through your fucking brain, and you got to think, okay, does this person have a reason to lie to me? Because most of the time they are. I'll give you an example, because I got a couple of emails here of late, and one of them mentioned one of the sponsors that we used to have on the program here. We used to run some spots, and I can't even remember what his point was, but just that why don't you run those spots anymore? And another guy mentioned that he liked the way that we saved folks money. For a while there, about a year ago, we had a little deal going where we ran some commercial spots, and we got advertising revenue from that to help defray and delay our expenses here at the Experience, as they say. And also, we're going to save the cult of Cornette some money. If you get this code, you save, 20% or whatever the case may be, and some people like that. But the problem, as longtime listeners of the program will remember, if you hearken back about it almost a year ago, the problem, is, to paraphrase Jerry Seinfeld, was not in the selling of the advertising, it was the paying for the advertising. And we got a point there where the fine folks that were selling our advertising were not paying us for the ad. And we took to Twitter and mentioned it on the Experience once, and within 48 hours that was all rectified, and we had the money there. But after that, we weren't running some spots for a while, because then I had a guy come up to me. I've known this fella forever, just for many years, right? And I've known him to be full of shit, but he's one of those people where you think, well, he may be full of shit, but he's not gonna lie to me, right? But anyway, he came up to me out of the blue and said, hey, I got a company, they can sell your advertising and blah, blah, blah. And this guy loves me. He's my best friend. And they'll get you multiple times what anybody else will for the ad rates for these spots. And they pay quickly. It's sudden. They pay you suddenly. When they tell you, here, they have somebody come to your door and hand you the money. It's that easy, right? And I can get you fixed up with this guy for a mere soupçon, because I know he's my friend, and I know what the fuck's going on here. And why, that sounds lovely, Brian. Wouldn't that sound lovely to you? Somebody just comes up out of the blue and says, I'm going to make you thousands of dollars.
It depends on the messenger, but hypothetically, yes.
Hypothetically, the fucking act of somebody coming up, hey, I'm going to make you a bunch of money. Well, you like to hear more of those type of things. And I said, well, how long will this take? Oh, just mere weeks from now. This was last summer, mere weeks from now.
It was last spring.
Oh, last spring. Well, you got better seasons up there in the Northeast than we'd. Sometimes ours blend in with each other. And then just month upon month delays took place. But the thing is, hey, I'm friends here. I'm a friend of this guy. I'm figured in. Somebody asked me where that came from in wrestling. Figured in. Like, that's hard to figure. But I'm figured in with this guy. He's my buddy, right? And there were plausible explanations for why that this mere weeks occurrence was now taking months and months and months. But finally, Christmas, I called my old friend up to wish him a Merry Christmas and to say, hey, what about all them thousands of dollars that you were going to make me here last summer? When are those coming up? Right after the first, the guy's out of his office right now. It's the holidays. Well, I didn't expect him to be sitting there on New Year's fucking Eve. But oh my gosh, this is going to take place, and everything. It's going to be wonderful. And Brian, I know this will surprise you. But the last words that I heard in that conversation were, I'm going to talk to you right after the first of the year. We're going to make some money. Those are the last words I've heard to this fucking day from this ex-friend of mine who basically, This is a recurring pattern in the life of Jim Cornette. An old friend calls me up out of the blue, offers me a job or money or an opportunity or something. I acquiesce and agree with these things. And oh, yes, and then either it's a rib on me or I never hear from these fuckers again. So this guy talked me into, oh, don't do anything with anybody but me, because I got you 7.5 months ago, I think. So, yeah. So anyway, they talk me into doing stuff, and then it turns out. So the moral to the story, if you have a friend that says a lot of untrue bullshit in public, but you think that he wouldn't bullshit you, he's bullshitting you.
If everyone says someone's a liar, usually it's for a reason.
You know, I've heard that. I've heard that if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, then it probably ain't a chicken. But anyway, whatever that is, and you got to break a lot of eggs to make lemonade too. I've heard that. All right, but speaking of sponsors, and by the way, if you would like to sponsor the Jim Cornette Experience, and we're not just taking anybody, there won't be any of the riffraff around here. If you are a fine and serious professional and would like to advertise your product or service, no 900 number sex lines or anything. They did it to me in OVW. Our TV station WBKI had a deal where they got half the commercial time, we got half the commercial time, and one night I'm watching the show, and this was in 2004-ish maybe, or whatever the fuck. But anyway, I'm watching the show, and they didn't used to have anything this quite explicit, but they had some goddamn 1-900 kinky pervert fuck me blow you fucking commercial on, and then followed by the gay male Dateline version of same. And it's like a minute of porn, and I fucking call our salesman up. I'm Wade, what the fuck? We're porn now on the fucking show, right? He said, well, you know, it was a run a station spot, and the computer just plugged. I said, I made a deal to buy the rest of the commercial time from WBKI every week on the show, and then we'd turn around and sell it ourselves, make the money back, so as not to goddamn have to fucking advertise the fucking porn sites on our goddamn sports program on Saturday night. But anyway, I digress. If you want to advertise on the program, I know Swifty Flanagan, he didn't pay his cable bill and his email's down temporarily. I know sometimes people want to use that phone booth that he works out of. So if they want to email you, Brian, they can email you about that, right?
If you're interested in sponsorship on either the Experience, a drive-through, or the YouTube videos, you can get in touch with me directly, Brian@ArcadianVanguard.com. Get rid of the middleman. There's no schmucks in the middle, no pathological liars. If you want to deal with us, you deal directly with us, Brian@ArcadianVanguard.com.
And, you know, I'll put up with a liar if they're entertaining, but a goddamn pathological liar, that's when you've been certified by medical professionals as incapable of telling, sort of like Donald Trump, incapable of telling the fucking truth no matter who you're talking to.
That's right. Is Dr. Tom Pritchard a medical professional?
No, actually, he's just played one on television. So I don't know whether he'd be able to help with the, unless he's a proctologist. He started at the bottom and stayed there. But anyway, no, I can't believe some of the people that'll bullshit you. And he told me he loved me before he fucked me. I don't know what in the world. Anyway,